Hello and welcome to WJTS InForm. I'm your host, Bill Potter, and joining me in the studio is Joan Knies with Crisis Connection. And in this show, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk to Joanne for a few moments, take a break, and then bring in two girls from Northeast Dubois High School to talk about the topic we're going to talk about today. Joanne is with Crisis Connection, and Joanne, February is a special time of year.
It is. February, we obviously think of Valentine's Day. Relationships with other people, your special someone, that type of thing. But unfortunately, Valentine's Day isn't always happy for everyone. There's some unhealthy relationships out there. So it is actually Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and we'd like to believe that doesn't happen, but unfortunately it does. And sometimes it's not physical violence, sometimes it's the emotional abuse that is really tough. So there's a website, breakthecycle.org, and they really are the leaders, I guess, the nationwide leaders in this. So I would encourage people to go to that. They have all kinds of resources on teen dating violence awareness. And that goes hand in hand with bullying. Anytime it's an unhealthy relationship, somebody's trying to have power or control over you. So at Crisis Connection, we actually have little Valentine cards that we give away. They're free for the asking. Different schools have them. Some of them, they use it as a little fundraiser amongst themselves, that type thing. But basically, like this one says, thank you for valuing trust, honesty, and respect in a relationship. Not, I want you to be mine, I want you to own you, those type of things. It's just more, take care of yourself and be happy and take care of other people's hearts. So you're welcome to come do that, to come get those, or they're on our website. And some of the schools and churches across the southern Indiana here have asked for pledges and a poster. So we have those on our website. You can download them. You're welcome to do that. And then the really exciting thing is we go out to a lot of schools and we talk to them about these topics. So Northeast Dubois is one of those schools, and there's a teacher there, Amy Mitchell, and she's amazing. And she goes beyond just the classroom everyday instruction, and she reaches out to many agencies. I know she does a cultural competency thing with TRICAP and their poverty simulation. I know she works with Purdue Extension and doing some education on finances. But in this case, these group of kids approached her and said, look, we want to do something in support of the Crisis Connection mission of healthy relationships. So they came up with some really cool things and just thought you all should know about the awesome kids that are out there doing some really neat stuff.
And I guess it's really important to do things in the high school because teenagers don't always tell their parents the situations they're in, but they might talk to each other or not even recognize that they're in a situation.
Exactly. And the name Break the Cycle, sometimes, unfortunately, they're learning it from their parents who are in unhealthy relationships. So, yeah, it's all encompassing. Certainly, they're going to talk to each other before they talk to a parent in many, many cases. Now, sometimes they will talk to a parent as well, but parents don't necessarily understand things that happen in today's world. You and I were laughing at some of the things we were referencing prior to airtime that these girls didn't even know about. So,
right.
I'm not putting parents down at all, but it's a different culture, a different age. So, we can learn from different generations, but the fact that they can help each other is just fantastic.
Is this something all schools should be doing?
Oh, I would love that.
Okay. Well, and
yes.
How many do?
Not
enough?
Not enough.
Okay.
And sometimes it's not formal through the Crisis Connection. Many schools are doing things on their own, which is absolutely what we want for the community collaboration. So, like I know Heritage Hills Middle School this week is doing a friendship week. So they're having different events every day, and then on Friday they're bringing in a speaker from Bully Busters. Indiana actually has a council that works with the Indiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence made up of kids. And I shouldn't say kids, but students and teenagers. And these students have actually created a website called Stand for Respect, and that's targeted to parents. So there are some formal collaborations, there are some informal things, and so schools and like I said, faith communities and organizations are doing many things. We have a brochure, I brought it, Ways to End Bullying. That alone, people, are asking for information like that. They're getting books. The libraries are working with us to provide books to people battling bullying with books. But the fact that on their own they stepped up is just amazing. So if anybody wants to learn from these, Northeast Dubois or anybody across the state or nation for that matter, certainly contact us at the Crisis Connection, and we'll do what we can to help.
Okay, are we ready to bring them on stage?
Let's get them.
Okay, we'll be back with talking to two girls from Northeast Dubois after this message on WJTS. Welcome back to WJTS InForm as we continue with this edition dealing with teen dating violence. We have two students now joining us from Northeast Dubois High School. Ladies, would you introduce yourselves, please?
Yes, I am Kyla Goller. I'm a senior at Northeast Dubois High School. I live in Hayesville, and after graduating high school, I plan to go attend college and pursue with social work.
I'm Mariah Hart. I'm a senior at Northeast Dubois High School, and I live in Jasper. Whenever I graduate from high school, I plan on going to VUJC to get my general studies because I don't really know what I want to do in life, and I plan to continue working at Wabash Valley.
Okay, we have you two here today because February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Yeah, too much to think of. Is there really violence that happens on dating?
Yes.
Okay,
A lot more than you think.
Like what? Like what's happening?
It's more of the verbal abuse and the verbal violence that we see at our school, and the girls take things to heart whether they mean to or not, and they become depressed and they don't know how to deal with it. So I think that's more of what we see at our school.
Is it something you're supposed to hide? Is it
No.
something, if it happens,
No.
you should keep it quiet?
No.
What do you suggest that if there is teen dating violence, and we assume most of it is a male abusing a female, but I know it can go both ways, but what are things they should do? What can happen?
I think the most important thing is to tell someone, because you're not alone. Like, I think the number one thing is they think it's only happening to them, but it's not. Like, after doing a lot of research with our classes, we've learned that there's so much more than we think going on, and like I said, you're not alone. There's so much people out there going through exactly what you are.
And why are you girls involved in that? How did you get involved at Northeast Dubois?
Well, we're in Mrs. Mitchell's interpersonal relationships class, and that's like we're learning how to deal with people and different situations that come up. And we found out that February was the Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and we asked her if we could do something and get our school involved because we thought it was important for everybody to be aware of what's going on. So.
What sort of activities are happening in school this week? Or not necessarily this week, but all month?
Well, actually, it started today, and we had a hat day to raise money for Crisis Connection, and then next week we're starting all of our other activities.
We have posters hanging all throughout the school. There's flyers, everything, with just whether it's facts or just inspirational quotes, about keeping strong and keeping your head up. And then we have one of our baking students. She's baking cake pops and brownies and cookies and all this kind of stuff that students can purchase during lunch. And then all those proceeds will go to Crisis Connection as well. And we also are having a Charlie Brown played at lunch on Valentine's Day. And we also have a speaker coming in to talk to our whole school about dating violence in the morning. And then later in the evening, we're having a teacher kiss the pig. So the teacher with the most money in their basket is going to be kissing a pig that is brought in by a current student at the high school, and all of those proceeds will as well go to Crisis Connection.
Are all the teachers involved in that, whether they want to be or not? Oh, just selected ones?
Unfortunately,
And who should they vote for?
Well, actually, we haven't really decided on what teachers we're picking yet, but
we're still persuading a couple of them. It's a
Talk them into
process.
it.
it is.
Well, you brought some posters, and can you show the posters and
Yes.
explain what they are?
These are just a couple examples of what we are going to be having throughout the school. This one just says, wake up every day stronger than yesterday, face your fears and wipe your tears. As you can tell, it's a pretty strong quote, but abuse is a big thing. So, and this one is, hold on and stay strong, better things are coming. And this one is, stay strong, there's a rainbow after every storm. As you can see, it all kind of ties together with keeping your head up and staying strong. It's the main thing.
And that isn't a sign of weakness if you go to somebody for help.
No.
Not at all.
It's probably a sign of strength.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Anything that you ladies would like to add?
Just that we hope the rest of our student body gets the message that this really is important, and we're doing everything we can to get everyone aware of the importance of how teen violence affects people.
And we also want everyone to know that they're not alone and that everyone should tell somebody if they're going through something like this, because we don't want to see our student body going through this, and there's always somebody there to help you.
People care.
And I guess the key too is awareness.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people just aren't aware of what they should do or that they are being abused.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't fully aware either until we did more research and we watched movies about kids getting abused, and we're like, wow, this is a lot more powerful than we thought. So now we're just sharing our knowledge from what we learned with the rest of the school.
Very good. Ladies, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for watching WJTS InForm. We are local people watching local people.